What's up, everybody? It's the Rogue in Disguise, North American community contributor for World of Warships Blitz, and if this is your first time here or been here for a while, well, make sure you smash that like button, you hit the subscribe, and you turn that bell to all to catch all that we do for World of Warships Blitz. Oh, but yes. And today we're going to be talking about the Vampire 2. Honestly, for this daring class destroyer, it's kind of interesting in comparison to the actual daring itself. So let's dive into this comparisons. What is the difference between this and the daring? Is it worth your time and effort for this premium? Let's find out right now. Let's going to open up the comparison, add these two ships in, and bring up the comparison between the two of them. Now, the skills are pretty significantly about the same, except there's a couple of bonuses over here, minuses, a couple of minuses over here. First thing we're going to talk about is that Vampire 2 is going to have an engine accelerator 2. It's going to increase the max speed by 12% for 25 seconds with a cooldown time of 60, while the daring does not. Crawling smoke generator is a new feature that's being added to the game where you have to slow down in order to maintain yourself inside of the smoke concealment. Otherwise, if you go too fast, you break the concealment and everybody can see you. Again, Sonar 1 versus Sonar 2. You do get 3 charges on the daring versus only 2 charges on the Vampire 2, and it's Sonar 1 versus Sonar 2 on the daring. Air Defense Alert 2 versus Air Defense Alert 1 on the daring and the Vampire. The Vampire is going to get Air Defense Alert 2 here. Okay, they're both capable of firing their torpedoes in a single fire formation, which is super awesome. It's always nice when you launch like 5 or 6 torpedoes and it goes ding, 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 and it's all good. Look at the statistics here. We can see that they're both relatively about the same as far as displacement. Maybe about 20 tons or so, a little shorter, a little longer, but other than that, they're relatively the same type of class ship. The daring is going to have more health. Everything else is the same as far as survivability. Only by 3 or 4 more hundred health. The Vampire 2 is a little bit quicker up to full speed, while the daring is just a hair bit more maneuverable. And it's really insignificant about the number between the two of them, so you really aren't going to feel it. The Vampire 2 is going to have a quicker reload time, even with the reduction of the reload time item added in. It does feel relatively about the same. The Vampire 2 is going to have a little bit of further range, which is really nice. The torpedoes are a little bit better on the Vampire 2. As a matter of fact, they do more damage, almost 1,000 more damage, honestly. And they go a little bit further. The chance of setting a flood on this thing is at 23% versus 19% on the daring. The Vampire 2 has a very interesting set of torpedoes. Instead of it being a 2x5 like the daring, the Vampire 2 is only a 1x5. So you're only going to get 5 torpedoes versus 10. That's where the big significance is yes, it's a little bit faster in the reload time, and the daring just comes out a little bit better with 10 torpedoes versus only having 5. Okay, moving along here, anti-aircraft armament is in favor of the Vampire 2, with just having just under 7, 8 more points of damage added to the anti-aircraft armament for the large caliber AA damage. Not really that big of a difference. The surface detection is a little bit better on the Vampire 2 versus the daring stock. Okay, I think we were able to get it down to 5.3 kilometers after everything was said and done, knocking off almost a full kilometer off the surface detection. And with the longer range torpedoes, it does make for a pretty good stealth torping ship. Other than that, the camouflages are relatively the same between the two of them. As we take a look at this one, for the daring, main battery firing range, torpedo, surface detection, max traverse speed, right? We get into the Vampire 2, it's the same thing. Really pretty close to it. Except for the Vampire 2 is going to come with the octopus camouflage, which is going to increase the ship hit points, main battery firing range, max reverse speed, and overall, it's just going to increase the survivability by plus 91, but the torpedoes are going to go down by 100 points, according to this little graph right here on the right side of the screen. Nothing really super different about that. They both, I mean, the Daring does have more battle honor missions because it's a tech tree ship, and it's got like 5 of them, versus the Premium. Of course, naturally, it's only going to get only going to get 2 battle honor missions for that, and that's seek and destroy and the number of battles you're going to get. Other than that, I feel like when I buy a Premium, I should have at least 5 missions. That's what I feel like. Should have at least 5 missions because I'm paying for something. I should be able to at least get 5 missions on it and get 5 rewards for having bought a premium ship or obtaining a premium ship in whatever method that they have for that. That's just my personal opinion, but that's just mine. Some other people will be like, no, that's fine, it's whatever. But I think this ship is pretty fun. Is the Daring a little bit better? Yes. A hair better because it has more torpedoes. But other than that, the reload time on these guns, I feel like really is like kind of a destroyer hunter, battleship annoyance. It's got the camouflage for stealth, torping. I mean, not the camouflage, but it's got the crawling smoke generator, which is a new feature, which you're going to have to go slow instead of like a normal smoke generator. Crawling smoke generator basically works with you like fuel smoke. Unlike fuel smoke, the faster you go, the quicker it dissipates, but it follows you. You can slow down and stuff like that, but you can maintain full speed and still remain in concealment. Unlike crawling smoke generator, it keeps up with you, but you have to go slow. And as soon as you break speed beyond a certain number of knots, you lose your concealment, and everybody can see you, and it dissipates faster and bunch of other stuff, but it lasts for upwards to 42 seconds. It sets at 9. Nice little boat, though the countdown timer is a little bugged. That's all I'm going to say about that. The countdown timer for the crawling smoke generator, fuel smoke, and smoke generators have been bugged for a while, and I do believe that does need to get fixed at some point in time. But is it critical? No, it's not super critical for gameplay right at this particular junction time. It doesn't affect the performance of the ship, so eventually, at some point in time, they should fix that. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, moving along, I think this is a fun boat overall. I did stream this live the other day, and honestly, guys, I thought it was a little bit of fun. I did do my usual testing of just running in there and getting murdered pretty much right away to see how much damage I can take from various types of guns before I could really just be ended. And we found out pretty quickly, yeah, it can get destroyed pretty quickly, just like a normal Daring, you know. Second battle, we played the behind the island game and tried to do that and tried to gun down stuff. That worked to a certain degree. We kept our surface detection pretty quickly down, hardly detected when we were behind an island. That was kind of fun. Straight up running torpedo game. Yeah, you're going to get murdered quite badly, you know. You're going to get smacked around, but if you know what you're doing and hit that crawling smoke generator a little bit, turn and weave a little bit, you can get your torpedoes on it. Mind you, you got a 48-second reload time, while the Daring is 60 seconds, but then again, you're only going to get 5 torpedoes versus 10, and you can single fire both of them. Other than that, that's pretty much what I got to cover about this boat. Like I said, it was alright, it's fun. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, you hit the subscribe, and you turn that bell to all to catch all that we do for World of Warships Blitz. Oh, but yes, it's a beautiful day. Get out there and stretch some legs, but don't forget to hit the high waters and high seas and just smack the enemy around for real quick. Oh, but yes. Till the next video, guys, have a great day, be well, and don't do anything I wouldn't do twice.